Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy OG Black. So today we're going to talk about, someone who I would say knew how to tell the future. You know, a lot of people don't know how to respect someone who can tell the future. I mean, this guy to me called it before it even happened. You know what I mean? He was the type of guy, to me, in my eyes, that was able to see something beyond what anyone else could see. He knew the game was over way before anyone else did. Um, as a matter of fact, he actually left his organization and was on his own for a while. I think for about 6 months to a year. And I think he got caught up at the end because he had to go back to work no matter what. You know, um, FBI agent said this once to me. He said, "We just leave you guys alone, and eventually you just got to go back to work. Like anybody else," which is true. You eventually got to go back to work. Um, the guy I'm going to talk about, Ramiro, Pozos Gonzalez. Man, what can you say about this guy? This guy was with the business, man. Everywhere he went, he was respected. People liked him. Um, Los bosses had no problem with him. Um, Los bosses, from my understanding, didn't want any problems with him. He was loyal. Um, El abuelito, everybody who met this guy said, "You're good. You're Gucci." Um, you don't. It's cold, guys. Where I'm at today, it's freezing. He said, you're Gucci, man. You don't have to worry about nothing. Um, it is what it is, and you're cool here, man. And that guy, he definitely took advantage of it. You know, they called him el mocle, and he had a big, what they call a cleft palate, from up in his nose all the way down to his left of his mouth, which was it's a birth defect if you guys don't know. Um, some people are even born without the nose cavity, which he was too. If you guys notice, his nose is missing the bone cavity in the middle. And that was caused by his cleft palate, which is a deformation. Um, it's not his fault. He was just born like that. He was born in 1970 in Jalisco, right next to the corner of Aguaje. Right by closest big city that anybody would know would be Aguilia, which what they call the birthplace of Metro, which is not, and that's not even his name. Um, he formed his own cartel called La Resistencia. Um, La Resistencia seemed to be a cartel that was made by very intelligent ex-police officers, highway patrolmen, estatales, but they actually first started off just being people from the Valencias and stuff away that defected away. Um, the reason is that he once worked in the cartel that I once talked about in many of my videos, and who were the true leaders of Michoacan, the Valencias. Um, he I'm trying to make you guys get all this information pretty correct. So if I'm talking slow and low, it's because I'm getting it all right here and processing it here to come out through here for you guys. Um, he was able to um, form his own organization called the Resistance, and before that, he was a very important figure for the Valencias. Him, Metro, um, you know, his boss, was murdered. Oscar Valencia. Let's talk about him first. El Meclo was very loyal to Oscar Valencia. Oscar Valencia, what they called El Lobo, was what everybody in Michoacan called the true leader, the hands-on leader. He was like a general who led by example, is what my uncle told me, is that he led by example and he did not fuck around. He was a true warrior, a great businessman, didn't mind getting his hands dirty. He was a really hands-on guy, sort of kind of like El Chapo was in his older days. Now, El Mocle and him were tight, man. And El Mocle don't come from a family of connected people or anything. He rose through the ranks like a lot of guys do, through hard work and through dedication and loyalty. You know, this organization called La Resistencia, they're back, and a lot of people say, why are they back? There's a big theory that El Mocle got out already, and a lot of people are not happy with that at all. A lot of people think that it's a farce, that it's they can't believe this is happening, that Mexico is in shambles. I'm going to give you guys an example. The year El Mocle was arrested, they must have arrested about 3,000 head cartel members of the CDS and Michoacan, those two states. Okay? But I'm talking about heavy guys, heavy duty guys. I'm not talking about your low level offenders or your local little drug dealers. I'm talking about extradition guys like La Barbie, guys like that. You know what I mean? And this guy, El Mocle, he made the big connections with the Valencias. He was there when they were making business with the Colombians. How Eric was there with them and making all the dope deals with the Colombians and making the routes. He knew the routes. He knew the organizations. He knew which cops to pay off. So him making a Resistencia running on his own was not going to be a problem. At the end, when you don't have what they call the apoyo or the love or the respect, or if you didn't buy off the cops, they're going to get you eventually, because what happens is the federal government starts getting a lot of pressure from the higher ups and Los Pinos, which is like the White House, and you become like public enemy number one. And regardless of how much money you pay, and regardless of whatever, you won't, they won't let you go, if you know what I mean. El Mocle definitely for some reason was a person who looked tired in the video. If you notice, he's huffing and puffing. Probably got beat up and slapped around and electrocuted for a while. If you notice, they always take him from the neck up. They never get you the full body, unless it was the Barbie, because he was a cooperating witness. So they weren't going to beat him up. These guys are mostly cooperating, but they're just telling their side of the story and what they were involved in. He wasn't really dirtying people up, as you would say in their culture, but here in California, he would be in definite trouble. He's respected. He's a person who has a lot of nephews and cousins too now. He actually rose his family's last name, and a lot of people think that he's the reason why the Gonzaleses out of Aguililla, Naguaje area are definitely rising. Mocle, for some reason, was able to survive the fractation and the assassinations that the Valencias were doing. Oscar Valencia, to a lot of people, was set up. He was murdered by his own family, which is, awful. That could have been another rupture between Metro and the Valencias. People don't know. These are just all speculations and history, so you guys know. If I knew, I'd be telling you right now the real history on that, and I wouldn't know. I'm telling you the information that I received so you guys know. And I also put another video of his investigation when he's talking to the state police. Well, it's the equivalent of the FBI. That's who they are. The equivalent of the FBI, DEA, the alphabet boys. Not the CIA, though. Mocle definitely explained it well. He was able to tell the future. He was able to tell people what was going to happen between Cartel de Sinaloa and what is now the Cartel Jalisco Nueva Generación. He explains in depth how Mecho and his men went in there and cleaned out Jalisco and got rid of all the Sinaloenses and all the Michoacanos and stole everything from them and killed them if they didn't switch sides. Even a legendary old man, Don Lupe, at the end turned. It is what it is, guys. It's your boy OG Black. Subscribe, smash a like, share this video, get the word out there, man. Get on the team, get on the OG Black show. I thank you for choosing my show. If you guys watch other shows, go ahead, by all means. I'm not a hater, I'm a lover. It's your boy OG Black, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself, and I'm out.